Good morning to one and all, respected higher authorities, principal ma'am, teachers, and all my lovely students. Today, I want to make a video on my subject, social studies, and the name of the topic for today is our rights and duties. So, first of all, I would like to explain few concepts which can help you to understand my subject better. The first concept is the constitution of a country. Okay, when I talk about the constitution, of course it is related to laws and regulations, right? A code of conduct which has to be there, isn't it? So yes, the constitution of our country India is the longest written constitution in the world. So when I say that I'm proud of it being an Indian citizen, that yes, my constitution of our country India is the longest written constitution in the world. That is the first point which I wanted to explain. The second one is about socialism. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of socialism? Yes or no? I feel you know the answer. Socialism means equal rights. Equal rights of an individual. I mean, each and every individual have equality or equal rights. Okay? Then the next concept which I want to talk about is the third concept. The third concept is democracy. What do you mean by democracy? Democracy means equal say. Equal say, now what is that? Equal say as in me as an individual, I have a right to speak, a right to express my opinion, to keep my point of view. That is the meaning of democracy. Equal say for every citizen, okay, to speak up, right? And that can affect a decision in certain person's life, okay? That can affect lives also, lives of the people. The next concept which I want to talk about is secularism. When I talk about secularism, what do you mean by that? Secularism means right to choose any religion I want. Like for example, I'm a Hindu by birth, right? So Hinduism is my religion. But tomorrow if I want to practice any other religion, for example, if I want to practice Christianity, if I want to practice Islam, I'm free to do that. No one can stop me. So that is a right which each and every individual of a country has. And nobody can force us to change our religion or to practice something else or not to propagate something. So in India we all have the freedom because it's a secular country. When I talk about secular means I have a right to choose my own religion and I can practice it by my own will. Okay, so that is the meaning of secularity. Alright, so proceeding towards, I want to explain you certain fundamental rights. Now what do you mean by fundamental rights? Fundamental rights means the basic rights of an individual. So as an individual I have certain basic rights. The first most right is right of equality. As I said, there should not be any partiality between men and women or boy or girl, or maybe in many aspects which is very important, like right to equality. Okay, so that was just an example. So equality means we all have equal rights. Okay, that is the meaning of equality. The first one was right to equality. The second one I want to talk about is right to freedom. Now what do you mean by right to freedom? Right to freedom means freedom from any constraints. I have a right to speak up my mind, to tell what I feel, to express my opinion, to keep up my opinion, my views in front of someone. Right to freedom, basically these are the basic rights which is very important. That is why it is called as the fundamental rights of a country which a constitution gives us, right? Next is right against exploitation. Now for example, if somebody is facing certain kind of exploitation, okay, so we have a right to refuse it, we have a right to oppose it. So that is our right. That for example, if I feel that somebody is exploiting me, I have a right that I can oppose it. I can say no, I do not want to get exploited in this manner because this is my fundamental right and nobody can cross it. So this is the certain rights which we need to know. Okay kids, so next is right to the freedom of religion. Okay, I've already explained something called a secular country. Freedom of religion again goes the same concept, that India is a secular country and I have my own right to choose any religion I want. I can even follow two religions at a time, one religion, or maybe I can follow multiple religions. No one can question me, why are you doing like this, why you're doing like that, because it's a freedom which is given to us. Okay, so we need to respect each and every religion. That is the first most important thing which I want to teach you as a teacher. That first thing, you should respect all religions, you need to love all religions and learn whatever good things you can learn from any religion, because all religion takes us to one God. Okay, so that is about freedom of religion. And next is cultural and educational rights. What do you mean by cultural and educational rights? Cultural rights means, for example, if I want to celebrate my own festival, if I want to celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi, I'm free to do that. If I want to celebrate some other festival like Gudi Padwa, I can do that. If I want to celebrate Christmas, I can do that. Right? That is all about culture. Different cultures, I have a right to celebrate whichever culture I want to, whichever festival I want to, and nobody can stop me. That is about the cultural right. And when I talk about the educational right, of course it's my mandatory right to get the education. If I'm a child, it is my right to get education. Okay, and to uplift myself in terms of education, to learn more new concepts. And if anybody is stopping me from this that you do not celebrate this festival, do not do this, do not do that, so I have a right to oppose them, because this is our fundamental rights, which many people do not know. They do not know what are the fundamental rights. They're living in India since long, but they do not know what are the fundamental rights. And that is why this concept is being introduced to you, so that you are aware of your rights, your duties, your obligations towards society, towards others, right? So that's why these concepts are very important. Next is and one more thing I wanted to explain you about freedom from exploitation, freedom against exploitation. If somebody is like, for example, if you're a child and somebody is asking you to work, okay, work outside, then that is against your freedom, because you're getting exploited, because you're a child and you deserve to play, you deserve to study, you deserve all these things which every child deserves. So sometimes child labor is some concept which is a serious problem, so that shouldn't happen. Okay, sometimes you see on different shops or restaurants or somewhere these activities are done still somewhere, so that has to be stopped, because every child has a right to study, to learn, to play. Okay, so at a very early age, because of some financial crisis or some other concepts, many children are working in our country. So this is really wrong, because right to there is a right which is given to us, and that is right against exploitation. But many people do not get educated like us, and that is the reason why this message is still delayed or it's not reaching them. So yes, any child working under age of 14, that is really wrong, because it shouldn't happen. Okay, so kids, these are the basic concepts which I have explained. So what all we have learned, we have understood what is constitution, right? We have understood democracy, we have understood socialism, then secularism. Yes, these are different concepts which we have studied. And what else we have studied? The fundamental rights we have studied. So that's all for today, students. I hope you like my lecture and continue studying further in the next class. Thank you so much. Thanks all for listening.